went out, supposed to have gone out to cover this Gamo. The program was supposed to come the following day in the evening. In the morning, went to work, asked this person, where are the tapes? Defumoko. I said, what? Oh, I didn't do it. I said, what do you mean you didn't do it? Didn't you cover the Gamo? No, I didn't go. I said, why? Oh, some excuse. I said, what do I tell my boss? This program's got to come on the air tonight. Anyway, I got a bit of free talk. I had to report, obviously, to my boss because we had to find an old tape or something, or even where we covered other Gamos in other areas, they had to be edited. And this was the main one because I think this was being held in Banjul somewhere, Dobson Street or something.
Okay.
Sheikh Omar Fai's compound.
Very well.
Anyway, I got a bit of bother and a spot of trouble with that. The only other occasion, which was a very sad one, was when I had to read out the obituary for the late Idi Njai. And the third one, that was the one obituary, the second obituary, which I had to improvise. And that was when we were in the old place at Marina Parade. And the then Minister for Agriculture, Aman Kanyi, died he had gone to England on an official visit, and he passed away. And the news came and we had to broadcast this, and tributes kept being sent into Radio Gambia, and I kept reading them out, and then it would be read in Wolof, and then in Mandinka, and all. That was the order it came in those days. And I thought to myself, well, everybody's paying tribute. What is Radio Gambia doing? What is our contribution? So I had to improvise, and I had to substitute words to a poem I had learned, which I knew. And if I can just say it very quickly. I said, with proud thanksgiving, Gambia mourns for her dearly beloved son. Flesh of our flesh he was, spirit of our spirit, fallen in the cause of his mission. He shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary him, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember him. He mingles not with his laughing comrades again. He sits no more at familiar tables at home. He has no pleasure he has no share in our pleasures of the daytime. He sleeps beneath Gambia's soil. I said this has been Radio Gambia's contribution to the late Aman Kanyi MP. And when I closed the station, my then boss, Badulo, he used to live at Private Street, drove his car, came over to Radio Gambia to congratulate me. That's, it was sad. It was a sad occasion.
Yes, yes, yes.
That was Idi Njai.
Actually, Badulo and is this Aman Kanyi or Idi Njai?
Idi Njai was the first obituary I read at mile 7.
Yes, but the tribute you did was for Aman Kanyi.
Yeah, that was at the old station where we opened 6 to 8:30.
Okay, Aman Kanyi used to live at New Primate Street, just the junction of Boxburn, New Primate Street.
I think so, yes.
Very well, very well. Then, Joe, let's move to another facet of your career, and this is where the tourism thing came in. You were liaison officer at the High Commission in London.
No, attaché.
Attaché. Yeah. At the High Commission in London. How was it like moving from broadcasting to promotion?
There were similarities. I must say there were similarities because I would attend tourism fairs, exhibitions, where our job or our role was to promote and market the Gambia. And there's no use sitting in London if you don't go out to meet the people, people who are involved in tourism abroad, in other countries, that is. So I used to attend the ITB in Berlin, Svenska Mässen in Sweden, of course the World Travel Market, which is the second biggest. The ITB is the biggest. The World Travel Market is the second biggest tourism exhibition there is. And it gives you the opportunity to meet you meet tour operators, obviously, that's one of your main concerns. You try to get them to fly to the Gambia to bring tourists to the Gambia. And it also opens your eyes, so you see other countries. The exhibit, we used to have our stand and put out our wares, batik and carvings and give out information, but that was not just the end of it. You had to meet people. You had to go and exchange meetings and whatever. You'd go to meetings and exchange views, and it was very good. It was a very good exercise.
Now, for the sake of going back and to highlight or to put in the fore what is now considered history. Who were the main tour operators at that time?
You had Coney, you had TUI, you had, of course, Thomas Cook, you had...
That's the British market.
Yep, British market.
Now let's look at the Scandinavian market, which was very,
like I said,
very...
you had Coney, you had
Coney.
TUI, you had... offhand, it's difficult for me to remember all of them.
Wings.
Wings, yes.
Club 33.
Yes, that's right. You're reminding me now. You see, they've all flown away. In fact, the other day in my hotel, somebody said to me, do you know Simon Spies?
Simon Spies.
I said, well, I don't know him personally, but I knew when he came to the Gambia, he lived a very luxurious life because he was a very rich man.
He was. When Simon Spies goes out, his entourage is made of most of the most beautiful women you can think of.
I didn't want to come down
7,
that way.
8, 9,
I wasn't going down that road. I was never going to go down that road.
That was Simon Spies with a lot of money as well.
That's right, and he would have his ice bowl or ice bucket with his champagne and his caviar, and all the girls just doing his toes, massaging, and all the works, all the rest of it.
That was a rich man. Now, okay, when you look at broadcasting today and yesterday, what do you make out of it?
Oh, you've made tremendous strides. And that leads me to my next point. And I'm not just saying this for the sake of saying it. To be honest, I've been coming here every year. And there was a gap before I started coming to Gambia since I went back to the UK. On my first visit back, after about 14 years or whatever, the amount of progress that this country, my country, our country has made, in no small measure due to the president, and I'm not saying this, for any gratification or anything. This is a fact of life. Gambia has made tremendous strides. I don't care what other people, especially expatriates or foreigners, think of the Gambia. I love the Gambia, and I think we've come a long, 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 long way, now, as opposed to when I left in the first place to go to England.
What is glaring to you? What can you see there?
The developments, the infrastructure. I mean, it's so difficult to pick on one thing, but there are so many things that I have seen. It's incredible. In one short word, incredible, honestly. I know there's still improvement going on, but from what I can see, we've come a long way.
Well, two things interest me most in the development stride that this country has taken. One is on education, and the other one is on health. I think the Gambia has made gigantic strides in that area, in those two areas. Today, I mean, you know very well how difficult it was for someone to send your child to the United Kingdom to go and pursue a university program. But today, I mean, just very recently, I think about 500 new intakes into the University of the Gambia, and I think that is really,
if I can let you into a little secret, talking about sending young Gambians abroad to study. My uncle, who was the former, he's late now, Director of Medical Services, Dr. S.H.O. Jones, when he was to be sent to the UK to train as a doctor, everything was paid for by my granny.
That's my grandfather, by the way. Dr. S.H.O.
It's a small world, isn't it?
It is, of course.
Hence the name Jones.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, my granny paid for his tuition and upkeep, stay and everything in England. And I think he was, I can't say this with certainty, but I think he was one of the few and first Gambian doctors that we had. I was too young to know whether he was the first, but I'm just saying I think he was amongst the first few doctors that we had in those days.
What does it mean to you to stay in London and then shuttle from time to time to come back home and see? Nostalgia, or you've got your...
No, it's not just nostalgia. No. I come here because I love to come here. I mean, there are so many other places I could go to, but I come here every year. At least for the past minimum 12 years, I've been coming back every year. It's just the way it is, just the way I feel.
You contributed in tourism when you were very active, and I'm sure you see what is also obtained